Yo, what's the word, man? It's L.A.N.G.B. That's like and they got bars. One of the eyes of the alumni of Vyse Versa. Hey, you can find me on all social platforms. That's YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Music. All you gotta do is type in L.A.N.G.B. And make sure you stay in tune with Media Leaks. And you wanna stay in tune with my next project too, No Capping These, dropping soon. Gang.
Media Leaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another wonderful rendition of Media Leaks Mic'd Up.
Yeah.
Live in the studio with the one and only Lane B.
L.A.N.G.B.
Here first, let's get it.
Let's get it.
How you feeling, gang?
I'm good, man.
It's a blessing to have you, bro.
You too, King.
Energy around the board, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much I want to discuss with you. You know, this has been a long time coming, so
Hell yeah.
I feel like I got built up questions.
For sure.
Yeah, man. We gonna jump in, starting with where you grew and came up over east in Chicago, like myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without a lot of hope and a lot of idols to look to. So you know, we all kind of bumped our head along the way.
Hell yeah.
Way. What was it like growing up, and how did you get focused on music?
Well, I'm from over east, growing up, south side Chicago. Of course, it was always rough as hell over there. You had hella adventures and shit, and a lot of bullshit for you to get into, but you just had to, you know, find the right group of people that kept you astray and focused enough to, you know what I'm saying, keep you alive and shit.
Facts.
But of course, you was a little badass kid, so you wanted to experience what it was like to know how to handle situations and shit and know what the fuck to get out of and who to talk to and who to trust type shit. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It was always that type of shit, just learning and experiencing life. But it was a little challenging growing up on the east side. Of course, violence, losing friends and shit, people I don't see no more or get a chance to grow up with. But it was good, man. It made me part of who I am today with just being able to express myself the way I do in music and how aggressive I am, you know, the lingo, how I, you know, dress and shit. And how I got into music was I had joined this poetry organization called L.Y.R.I.C, which stands for Let Your Rhymes Inspire Creativity. So it was a poetry ensemble of poets and mentors that came together that traveled across the city, that taught in schools, and you know, it was pretty dope. And it was like college free, you know what I'm saying? So they taught me a lot. It was like character development and you know, how to be empathetic and to talk to motherfuckers and really express yourself and connect to people using art. So that transitioned into music and shit. Like, the poetry scene was dope as hell, but of course, you know, we young niggas from the east side, so we want more than just the poetry scene, honestly.
Yeah.
We want the money, the cars, the clothes, the clout, the fame. And even if none of that shit, you know,
women.
just,
The women?
The women.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. You know, even with, you know, that type of shit, it's just like, it's all glamorous and stuff until you actually get there and you figure out that that was just for show, so.
Or that moment.
Yeah, that moment was just, that moment.
For you, for that moment.
Yeah.
They turn it back. Damn, bro.
On life.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Actor, poet, and a mentor.
Yeah.
You mentor kids, bro. You
Yeah.
talk to them about life, goals,
Yeah.
what you want to go do. How
Yeah,
does that make
yeah.
you feel when you get such a receptive crowd? What do you hope to get them to understand about their choices?
I just want them to wake up to the moment, you know, that they in front of now, the present, you know what I'm saying? That's a gift type shit. So, you know, I ain't pay attention to a lot of the shit that was around me when I was younger and take advantage of the resources. On top of, they got way more shit than we had growing up type shit.
I say that all the time.
So I just want them to pay attention to that and get started earlier than I did. And just to even unlock them artistically or emotionally, any type of way to get them to talk to me, rock with me, you know what I'm saying, and push them to whatever they interested in, grow in that area. It don't even matter what you like to do, grow in that area because you can create a job just off what you like. You know what I'm saying? So opening them up like that type stuff.
L.A.N.G.B. What does it stand for? Talk to me.
Gang. Man, it stands for Like and They Got Bars. It's an acronym I actually got from the poetry scene. And I don't even know how it came about. I actually just put it in a song, and it was a phrase at first. And when I got introduced again on the poetry scene, that's what they called me. And so it kind of was catchy and it stuck with me. So I'm like, okay, shit, that's who I am then. I'm Like and They Got Bars. So I just turned it into an acronym. People call me Lang Up. Lang.
events and other things, you come out to support it. Like, it's always been love. I want to say that we do appreciate you, like,
facts,
wholeheartedly. It's always been love. You got a record called Baby Mama, which is one of my favorite records. And I think it's probably because, like, it ain't even like Fuji, none of that. Like, it's more so because it's like, okay, the artist and the listener connection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? First of all, it's coming from you. You more relatable to me than
Fuji.
Hell
yeah.
Then at the same time, you talking about a subject that's very common. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys know about this.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, damn, like, this is really relatable. So it's like then it's like you the energy on the song is like really wavy. Like, you put yourself in there.
Hell yeah, I did. Facts.
It's a dope record, bro.
Thank you.
What the fuck? Like, how?
Man, everybody got baby mama, baby daddy problems. So, like I said, once I heard Fuji do his shit, I'm like, that shit was dope as hell. Like, just the chorus and everything. It wasn't even about him, you know, what he was saying and shit. It was just catchy as hell to me. But on top of, like, I was going through the same type of shit. So I got full custody of my son. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit kind of empowered me. Like, you know, when I heard that type of shit, because it was like, damn, I'm doing this shit, like, for real. And that's kind of like an anthem damn near for daddies in a whole nother type of way, you know what I'm saying? So that make a motherfucker want to stand up for theirs. Like, yeah, I'm doing this shit. So, shit, I was on the trip, and I don't even know what the fuck I was. I think I was in Florida the whole time. And I was with the gang and shit, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm finna remix this shit. And I just came up with the first line, and I seen how they reacted off that shit. And I'm like, baby mama ain't shit. Yeah. She been sleeping with the guys. 3 out of 1, and I got my son. After me, the pussy died. They like, never. You just went crazy. So I'm like, okay, cool. That just off that energy, I'm like, fuck, I'm finna go kill this track. And that's how I came about the track and shit.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Being a parent, being a father, what has it taught you?
Man, some things you can't give up on. Even if you wanted to, there's just some things you cannot
that more than you think, bro. That's real.
Give up on. I'm talking about you dead. You can't give up on it. Like, they want your last ounce of blood, nigga. You gotta get that shit. And certain people, you just, like your kids, you can't give up on. Because it's like they gonna try you, they gonna test you in ways that an adult can't even fathom of testing you. And you can't even do what you really want to do, say what you want to say, react how you really want to react, for real. And so you got to contain yourself and then think about how you finna approach this shit. It really make you sit down and think, like, how I'm finna approach this to come out with a different outcome, you know what I'm saying? To change the behavior or whatever the situation is that you're trying to get them to understand.
It's like a new level of patience.
Yeah.
That's like it's like you unlocking level of patience.
I feel that shit, though. I feel like, you know, just because of the simple fact that I'm trying, I give myself a pat on the back, but it's hard being a father, you know what I'm saying? It's hard as hell.
Ain't nobody perfect.
Like, it's frustrating, it's emotional, it's just like, damn, like I said, I want to give up, but I can't, and you got to think of another way to approach that shit after you already tried 500. Like,
different times.
Yeah, like, different ways.
Different ways, come
like,
on, bro, yeah.
Come on, man.
That's real.
So that's how that should be, man, but, yeah, it's teaching me how to deal with people and look at adults in different ways too, because it's just like, man, having a child make me see the inner child in adults and how to handle them in ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even be mad at you or react how I want to because I can't even do this to my son, so I have to treat you in some type of manner the same way.
Then at the same time, you see yourself.
Yeah,
that,
like, oh my God.
You really be looking like, was I really like
this?
Like, I gave my parents hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to see this being done to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I'm like, damn, man. Yeah, it's definitely a crazy feeling, but I still think they worse. That's what they always say. Like, when you have a kid, you're gonna see they're gonna be worse than you. That shit was true.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. You get a look at you.
Hell yeah.
Lang B and Woody Turbo.
Yeah. That's one of the eyes of the alumni, Vyse Versa. Or, you know, he is own artist too. He go by Woody Turbo. Mm-hmm. But he featured on one of the songs with me that I got at a project coming out, and we made a lot of music together, and we was also on the same poetry team together as well too. So that's how we linked up. But like I said, we had a lot of music and a lot of bro moments and shit like that. We just collab real good on damn near everything we touch. So that's how we just like fuck, we gonna put out a lot of music or just collab on music and shit.
Vyse Versa.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean, and how did you guys come up with this?
It was a gang effort. Everybody was just like, we need a name type shit. We finna start taking this serious, so we gotta start doing things together. So we gotta create a brand,
Facts.
And shit, it's hard creating a label. So that's what our intentions was to create a label together, so we can all still work together, but working with and partnering with Deeply Rooted, it became a group to turn it into a label later.
Salute Deeply Rooted.
So yeah, for sure. So it was kind of like a partnership, and it was really really dope experience to see what we can do, type of people we can influence, and things like that. And it took us really really far. So Vyse Versa actually stands for Voicing Yourself Entertainment, Vyse Versa. So yeah, Voicing Yourself Entertainment, and so that's what we were partnering with Gardner's ENT to build the up and coming label that we still working on today.
Okay. 100 Proof.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss K Love.
Mm-hmm.
How influential has she been? And what has she taught you guys along the way?
Man, just
salute Miss K Love.
Definitely salute. One of the top mentors of the world, man. Mother figures, icons. Her and Phenom, one of the top people I ever met in my life, seriously. But their influence on me has been huge. Like, I found myself through them. I learned how to respect women differently. I learned how to talk. I learned how to actually express myself just talking to K Love and having programs with Phenom like Man Up to actually go through these life lessons for real, and talk about it at the, you've been through the mud and shit, and he using your real life situation to pull out where you went right and where you went wrong at and how you can be better every time. Yeah. So that's how we was building ourselves as characters, as people, as humans, as mentors, as whatever we was meant to be in this world, different levels. Mm-hmm. So that shit was dope.
That's dope, yo. Where can the fans find you and your music?
You can actually find me on all platforms, honestly. SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Music. All you gotta do is type in L.A.N.G.B. I'm the only guy to pop up, the only artist, L.A.N.G.B. 5 letters. So shit, it's everywhere. And I got a new up and coming project actually dropping tonight. Let's go. Yeah. So I'm dropping that project. It's been a long time coming for that one. It's called No Capanese. So I'm dropping the video on YouTube and all
that shit is dope.
It's dope, man.
It's creative, man.
Yeah. So motherfuckers they've been waiting on that for a long time. So I'm excited to see the feedback that I'm gonna get.
What they want, man. You know how that is, man. You got a record out that's another really, really favorite of mine. Mm-hmm. Back Up. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. The energy, and the delivery. Like you did your thing, bro. And you make songs yours. Yeah. you make songs yours. Like can't nobody do it. Can't nobody make it sound the way you make it sound.
Thank you.
What went into that, man? And what it believe? Writer Visuals.
Yeah, Writer Visuals shot that. Shout out to Writer Visuals too. He a real dope videographer in Chicago City, man. Y'all need to get in tune with him. But Back Up was just off personal experiences, man. Like each line that I put into that
shit did that.
Gratitude, yeah. It's just like off personal experiences, and each line, like I said, was like the medicine and the candy for me. Mm-hmm. So even though it sound hard to you, it's just like each line, I'm just like, damn, don't nobody even know I'm actually talking about real shit, like in this shit. Like I'm actually going to get a job while I just got fired from another job in the middle of having some money on me, in the middle of making a transaction, all this shit happening for real, like. And so I'm just like, I gotta capture this moment because this shit raw as hell, and I'm a be able to look on this memory and be like, man, this shit raw. And if it's raw to me and how I express myself, then I know the motherfuckers gonna eat it up and fuck with it like how I fuck with it. So that's why I put all my energy into it, my life experiences. And they say when shit the most realest to you, That's when the artist or the people feel it.
I will say, you heard this from me personally.
Mm-hmm.
No Japanese will be on my library. So as soon as you drop,
Facts.
like
Facts.
let me know. Send it my way.
I got you.
You know, you got instant rotation.
Thank you.
I want to say one thing that you've taught me about you since I've gotten in tune with you. You've always had how do I say it? You've always had a really in-depth perception and grip on life with balancing what you're trying to do. And you never let neither one of them slip. How do you keep that the way that it is, but without losing sight of yourself and staying focused on your goals? Like you went and got your CDL, you went and got your welding license. How do you stay focused, bro? Like that's, you know how many people wish they could do that?
Yeah.
That's big, bro. Like,
you know, I used to think that type of shit was common. I used to think that, you know, motherfuckers get up and push themselves every day. But like I said, like in a quote in my biography, it's just like, you literally gonna sit here and do something about it or you gonna die. And who wanna just sit there and die? When motherfuckers really got a gun to their head for real, a lot of motherfuckers not finna say pull that trigger.
it's real.
So if you're not finna sit there and do that,
Why would you do it to yourself?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, emotionally, physically, why would you sit there and put yourself in a prison and say, damn, I'm not finna do this, that, and the third, or even procrastinate, which we all do. I do it. I'm guilty of it.
Guilty, yeah.
But however, though, it's still a deadline for things. So if you don't understand things like finish lines, deadlines, you know, setting goals and boundaries for yourself, then you just gonna wither away, like away. So those things are important, like just having a finish line, a deadline. I'm gonna do this by this. Even if you're a couple of days late, nigga, you did it. And 50% of success is showing up. So you do, life is numbers. You do little numbers like that. If I just show up, I'm halfway there.
That's real.
Little shit. You keep adding on to that. If I do this, I'm 10% more there. Ain't nobody gonna get 100%, nigga, but you can get 75, 80 and get the job done. And that's all that matter at the end of the day. Because a lot of motherfuckers didn't get the job done. That's what keep me moving every day.
If your son came to you and said, Pops, I want to be an artist, what's the first piece of advice you would give him?
Let's get it. I just tell him, just don't be afraid of your sound, man. Don't be afraid of your sound. Go ahead and sound how you sound, but say it confidently. No matter how your voice sound, how the people react to you, it's an audience out there for you, so you can't focus on who messing with you or not. Just do it.
Don't be afraid of your sound.
Don't be afraid of your sound.
You think people will be...
That's huge, man, because I was afraid of my sound. I was afraid of my look. I didn't want people to even know who I was because motherfuckers dying in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they want to just score. You know what I'm saying? So if they can score off you, they make a name for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, all right, cool, fuck it. I'll be behind the scenes. Because if I blow up and the motherfucker try to come after me.
That's what you don't want.
Yeah, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want that. So let me just stay behind the scenes. But you know, I'm like, fuck it. It's like I was forced in front of the camera. Like, I ain't had no choice but to connect to people.
But
So
it's like if I'm here, as well do what I need to do.
For real.
You know?
So, I mean, it's hard finding a balance between what you like and what the people like, and you know what I'm saying?
How do you
making money?
How do you not get so caught up in what the public wants
Mm-hmm.
and the people want versus you staying in tune with yourself and staying true to self, saying
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I want my sound to sound this way. I'm not worried about what 1,300 other people think or what they want me to sound like. Like, how do you stay in your light and in your lane?
I put a lot of personal experiences in there. So don't nobody even know what I'm talking about, but I say it in a way that sounds so provocative or street or hood or whatever you like, to the point where you think I'm talking about something else, but I'm really just talking about something simple, like, you know what I'm saying? Real simple. Like, I'm dripping that sauce, so I'm letting the money talk, but I still gotta talk my shit. And I just caught me a brand new whip, but I still gotta walk my bitch. I just caught me a brand new whip, but I still gotta walk my bitch. I'm only talking about walking my dog for real, washing my car.
Right.
But it sounds like some hood shit to a street nigga, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I let them paint the pictures of what they think or the perspectives. But that's really for me. That really happened for real in real life. Even though it sound raw as hell to you, it's minuscule to me. But I'm just literally telling you how my day went.
That's crazy.
That's it. So that's how I keep it for me and for them.
Okay. If you had an opportunity to work with the artist that you always could, who would it be? You don't gotta pick one. It could be three.
Future, of course. That's that man.
Okay.
Like the controversy that come with him and women and everything, man. That's that man.
That's his lifestyle.
Yeah, man. That's his lifestyle. That shit is hilarious. That shit. Then the nigga want to say what he say, or go through the shit that he go through, see the women he sees. So I relate to Future in ways, even if I don't agree with a lot of the things that he say and you do and shit. But I like to work with Future, of course Uzi, because he T.
Yeah, for sure.
T as fuck, like different as hell too. Yeah. Like no matter what nobody said about him, motherfuckers call him gay or short, too ugly, whatever. The nigga still go crazy.
He's still in his own lane going crazy.
So that's one of the top two artists that I definitely like to work with. Of course Drake, the Baby, all them niggas. Yeah, he don't miss. You know what I'm saying?
He on his little tail. So
hell yeah. So artists like that. I mean, there's many more, but those are artists that I see that's just holding it down. That's just like a figure on them own, on their own selves. And of course, they probably got labels and things behind them like that, but they still their own person. They don't sound like nobody. They don't look like nobody, act like nobody. And that's the type of shit that I can respect.
If you could talk to an auditorium full of kids and they want to know the difference between being signed into a label on one end versus being independent and providing so much different things on your own and with your own team, what would you tell them?
I'm going to tell them stay independent. It's going to take longer doing your shit, but when you finally reach your goal, you're going to reap all the benefits. You ain't going to have too many hands in your pockets. You ain't gonna have to worry about satisfying everybody. And, you did it yourself, so you know what it takes to get there and what needs to be done for you to do it again and replicate the same formula for somebody else, get a game to somebody else. So that's how you become a mogul in this shit. That's what Master P did times 10, you know what I'm saying? And he keep doing it time and time again with his family, with different artists and shit. So I just tell him to stay independent, to stay down, to come up.
One last time, man, let the fans know where they can find you, your music, and your social media, bro.
Gang, like I said, I'm L.A.N.G.B. That's like and they got bars, one of the eyes of the alumni at Vyse Versa. You can find me on all platforms. That's YouTube, motherfucking MySpace, Facebook, anywhere, man. L.A.N.G.B. Just type in those 5 letters. I'm the only artist that pop up, and stay in tune because I'm dropping some new shit tonight.
Yeah, I heard it here first.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming through, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Energy and vibes, bro, and dropping gems, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like it's stuff in here that the younger generation needs to hear, you feel?
Oh, yeah.
Coming from us and coming from you, it's a lot more receptacle. You know what I mean? They're going to embrace it a lot more than if it was an older guy or, you need to do this. Like, nah, I think you explain stuff perfectly, you feel me? I don't think they're gonna be confused, so I'm just grateful to have you here, bro, and I can't wait to bring you back next time.
It was a good motherfucking opportunity, man. I appreciate y'all for bringing me on this platform and letting motherfuckers know who I am.
Hey, always, bro.
Blessings.